Hey friends, welcome back to another week of Cage's Quickies. I do appreciate you taking some time out to enjoy this with me. Here's the deal, before we get into things. A, I hope you had a good weekend. Honestly. B, I need you to subscribe to this YouTube channel and I need you to do it right now. If you have not subscribed to the Cage the Bay YouTube channel, why I oughta. Honestly, it's really important that you do that, so please hit that little subscribe button and enjoy all these great Cage's Quickies videos, all the great Cage the Bay videos where we go all around Tampa Bay, hanging out with celebrities, checking out the coolest establishments, the bars, the dive bars, the restaurants, the events. We're having a great time doing it, and when you subscribe to this YouTube channel, that helps it so we can continue to do that. Speaking of money, one person won that Powerball we were talking about last week. The Powerball made it up to $447.8 million, and one cat out in California was the lucky winner to get all 5 numbers and then the matching Powerball as well. If that person decides to take a lump sum cash prize, they say that they will walk away with $279.1 million freaking dollars. We can dream. Maybe one day. Definitely wouldn't have to worry about begging for YouTube subscribers. Look, I get it. The world is at unrest right now. It's a very uneasy feeling overseas in the States. It just seems like every day there's another news story about somebody doing something insane like driving a car into a crowd or something. But I feel like we need to relax a little bit. Be vigilant. Absolutely. But every little thing is not an act of terrorism, and that includes when a bird craps on you at Disney World. So check this out. The cops and a Hazmat team went into Disneyland out in California on Friday night after 17 people at the park were sprayed with, quote, a mystery poop. After doing some research, they figured out that there was some low-flying geese that took the old dump ski on the people. But again, a bunch of people got very upset. They got scared. They didn't know what was going on. A mystery poop comes falling from the sky. And after the police got into it and figured out it was the geese, they tweeted, quote, no crime occurred. Guest hit with fecal matter appears to be geese that flew over. So, if you get crapped on, I'm not saying it couldn't be some act of random terrorism, but chances are it's a bird, so just dial it back. We don't need the Hazmat team to cover geese crap. Huge step forward today for medical marijuana in the state of Florida. Governor Rick Scott said he intends to sign the medical marijuana bill that was passed Friday by the state legislature. The amendment, which, if you remember, passed by like 70 or 71% back in November here in the state, states that laws must be in place by July 3rd and enacted by October. The governor should have no problem getting that taken care of. The legislation allows patients who suffer chronic pain related to 10 qualifying conditions to receive either low THC cannabis or full-strength medical marijuana. That is huge. I know a lot of us want recreational weed to be legal. We've talked about it before here on Cage's Quickies. We've talked about it on the Cage Cult Show for years. But all joking aside and all selfishness aside, this is a huge first step because there's a lot of people who really need it. I'm sure you have somebody that you are close to in your family, immediate family, extended family, who has been in the hospital who could have benefited from the benefits of cannabis. So kudos to Florida. Kudos to Governor Rick Scott for intending to sign the medical marijuana bill. And again, just a step in the right direction for the 420ers of the world. Well, this is terrifying. Next time you get a headache, it may not just be a headache. You could have a spider living in your ear causing said headache. This chick in India checked into a hospital for a very bad headache, only to find out that, yeah, there's a spider that had been living inside her head, right in there, inside her ear. The woman woke up from a nap with a strong discomfort, she said. She dug around in her ear with her finger and didn't find anything, so her family decided to rush her to the hospital, and good thing they did. Doctor shined a light in there, and lo and behold, a spider just comes just dancing on out of her head. That's terrifying. Not a big public pooper. Part of it is I don't need to let everybody hear my disgust. The other part is I don't like it when some dude in the stall next to you flushes and fecal matter goes flying everywhere, and that's what happens when you flush a toilet. Fecal matter flies out, and my germaphobness doesn't dig that. And apparently I'm not alone. We talked about it last week on Kage's Quickies. Some people emailed me about it, and then somebody just sent me a story that there's a politician in a small town in Sweden, Sweden. It's my Swedish accent. This small town, Sweden politician thinks that teenagers are actually refusing to use the bathroom in school because they might be embarrassed by the noises that they're making. So in a proposal to the council, she suggested that they install music into the municipality's school toilets. She said it's not just about number 2. A lot of students don't even like to go number 1 because they're embarrassed. What sounds does that, like, embarrassed by the P sound? I mean, I could see like taking a massive dump ski and being embarrassed by that, but the pee sound? It's funny because I'll actually wait. If I do have to publicly poop again, I don't like to, but if it's an emergency, have you ever waited for somebody like to hit the dryer? And then you just as hard as you can? No, that's just me. Anyway, yeah, I think one way or another, a little music in the stalls would definitely help. Finally, in music news, Rob Zombie looking to get back in the studio. He says he's planning to enter the studio this summer to begin work on the follow-up to last year's CD, the Electric Warlock Acid Witch Satanic Orgy Celebration Dispenser album. He told Kerrang! Radio at Download Festival this past weekend, right now we're just doing some summer shows, then we're starting a new record in August, and then I won't start a new movie till next year because it's all music for the rest of this year, so that's about it. So Rob Zombie fans, rejoice. And scene. That's going to do it. Wrapping up another episode of Kage's Quickies for 6/12. Appreciate you being a part of it. Don't forget, make sure you subscribe to the Kage the Bay YouTube channel. Do it right now before you move on. And if you are going to continue to be stuck in a YouTube vortex, feel free to wander around, meander if you will, the Kage the Bay page, and check out all of our awesome videos. Cheers.